Hirsch here from Designing Your Perfect House. I was just working on an electrical plan for one of my projects, showing the lighting and where we would place different types of lights. Lighting can make a big difference in your house design, and it's an important thing to be thinking about, and it has a large impact on your energy efficiency. In our newspaper the other day, we happen to have an article here where the headline is, "Switch to LED bulbs catches on." And it's about time that that happened. Here are some pictures of some of the competitive bulbs. One of them, whether you can see it here or not, is what they call the compact fluorescent light, also known as a curly fry light because it's got this spiral shape. These lights are generally uncomfortable for people. They have an unusual type of light, take a while to warm up. They're very energy efficient, but they're not necessarily the best lights. LEDs, which are just short for light-emitting diodes, can produce a nice white light, and they're relatively new on the market. They're kind of costly, but in the long run, they pay for themselves. But there are a couple of key things that you need to know about them before you go to buy them. You may think of LED lights and think of a garish blue, harsh light. Well, it doesn't have to be that way, and the newer lights are far better than that. Typical, typical incandescent light shows actually a yellow light, much more yellow than the sun. And this is what we're all accustomed to. We feel comfortable in a room lit by these. And you want to get LED lights that give you that same type of color in the light. So there are two things you need to look for. I have here a nice bulb from Philips. You'll notice that it's yellow when it's turned off, but when it's turned on, it'll shine white. The advantage this has is it uses far less electricity than the typical incandescent light. It does not produce as much heat, so that in the summertime your air conditioning load for your house is far reduced. And this light will last a long, long time. On the back of this are some facts that you need to pay attention to. They estimate that if you use this light 3 hours a day, on average it would last 22.8 years. That's a lot of life. The added cost would pay for itself by not having to replace this bulb so frequently. But the things I want you to look for when you go to buy these is this scale right here called light appearance. And it has this number here that says 2700 K, and that's a warm light. The K stands for Kelvin, and this is on a temperature scale called the Kelvin scale. And it's a little bit backwards from what you might expect. The higher the number, the higher the temperature, or what they call a color temperature, actually produces a cooler light. What we consider to be a cooler light would be a lot bluer. The sun is actually a bluer light, but we're accustomed to it. But indoors, especially in the evening, we like a warmer light. So you're going to want to look for 2700 degrees Kelvin, which is the exact equivalent of incandescent lights, or up to 3000 K. Anywhere in that range will produce a nice and pleasant light. If you find any of them that are up in the cool scale, they probably are going to be somewhere around 5000 K, and you won't like those, I'll guarantee it. There is one other factor, and this particular light doesn't have it on its chart, but the Satco light does. You see here they have the color temperature, and then they've added this color gradient to give you an idea of what you're getting. This particular light is a little on the whiter side and a little less yellow, but there's another factor right here called the CRI. That stands for Color Rendering Index, and that's on a scale of 0 to 100. What you're going to want to look for is something at least above 80. And that's an indication of what type of range of colors actually are emitted by this light. If it doesn't produce enough yellow, for instance, things that are yellow or tan in your room are not going to look the right color. They're going to tend to look gray. So you want to find a CRI, color rendering index, of 80 and above. Most of them, this one in particular, is an 84. That would be certainly acceptable. If you can find it a little bit higher than that, it's even better. So those are the two key things that you need to know about when you go to select LED lights. You want to look for the color temperature, somewhere between 2700 and 3000 K, nothing higher than that. And you want to look for the CRI, the color rendering index, anywhere between 80 and 100. I don't think I've ever seen anything much more than 90, so you're probably looking for something in the 80s. If it's less than that, or if they don't tell you what it is, you might want to pass on that one and find another brand. Anyway, good luck shopping. LEDs are the way of the future. You're going to see them everywhere. They're really exceptional lights, and they're going to save you money in the long run, and you won't be changing those bulbs as often. Thanks for visiting at Designing Your Perfect House. Take a look at our website and take a look at our book, which is called Designing Your Perfect House. Thanks.
To find out more about this topic and other design questions, go to Bill's website at www.designingyourperfecthouse.com. Bill will be happy to answer any of your questions. Just send them to bhirsch@williamhirsch.com.